everybody, and welcome to Adair Live. I'm here today with one of my dearest friends, Sandi Johnston, and I am so excited to share her with you. She's a little bit of a hidden secret. And Sandi, would you admit that is like so your jam is like kind of like hiding out and just like making your tinctures?
Yeah, that's my thing.
And I've just popped your live cherry today because you've never done a Facebook Live before.
Oh my gosh, no, I have not. Video is not one of my fortes. Yeah.
Okay, so so this might be the start of something miraculous for you in regards to showing up on camera. So I'm so excited for that. Now, just so that you all are watching, the Adair Live show is here to help share and showcase women leaders that I believe are doing amazing work in the world to help shift our planet. And Sandi is like the pinnacle of this. So if people don't know you, which they probably don't, can you talk a little bit about how you got started making your comfrey balm and how sort of essentially Sandi kind of came to be?
Yeah, I will. I do.
Okay. Oh my God. Here we
go. Basically, I started making all of these products because I needed them. And I couldn't find them anywhere. I wanted to be able to use products on myself, but mostly my kids, that would help without harming at the same time. And I couldn't find that. I needed effective things. The comfrey balm specifically came about because my daughter had a diaper rash, and I used all the natural things and it didn't help. And I used all the things that I said I would never use and it didn't help. And my husband looks at me, he's like, you have a room full of stuff. Can't you make something that will help? And I did, and it did. And yeah, it was better in minutes and it was gone in days after, 2 months of this horrific thing. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. Different essential oil blends that were made into roll-ons, natural lip balms that were petroleum free, something that I want to put on my mouth where I'm licking and ingesting. Oh my gosh, a deodorant.
Soap.
And yes, the soaps and candle are my new fun things. Yeah, facial skincare. Oh my gosh, that's clean but inexpensive. It's not a bazillion dollars. I have lots of women who come to me now and they're like, thank you. I'm not spending hundreds of dollars. And this stuff works and it feels good. It makes, it helps people reconnect with simplicity and nature.
Absolutely. That's why I love it. And I've sent that comfrey balm to lots of people who have eczema, and it clears it up. And not even a joke, within days, weeks, like they are addicted. They need more of it. They love it. So it's just the most, like you said, it's like a cell generator. It's like and bruise helper and so aches and pains, strains. It's like the super medicine for anything, right?
That sounds great. Yeah, it is. Yeah, comfrey itself, I don't know if many people have heard of comfrey. It's not as popular as dandelion, but for hundreds of years, its common name is knit balm, and they would actually take comfrey leaves and create a poultice and heal broken arms and legs, and it fuses flesh, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing. Okay, so let's talk about here's our big topic you and I get into every single time we talk. And it's the idea that we're so disconnected to the planet and the earth, and how by being in that energy field, like separate from Mother Earth, we're really doing so much damage.
Yes. Wow, that was loaded. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how we can give like a synopsis of like what we're asking human hearts to start to open up to.
Okay. Here's the big picture, right? There, for example, crimes against nature. An example would be a factory is poisoning a water supply, let's say. And who's responsible for that, right? There's a person who is deciding X amount of poison is okay, these poisons are okay and these are not. These are okay for people to drink. These are okay for the soil. And for me, the problem or the bottom line is whoever's deciding these things that make any of that okay, I feel like there's an inherent disconnect to not only nature, but to themselves. I feel that when people are connected to themselves, there is an authenticity, there's a truth that you have to live. Oh gosh, does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
So the more people are connected to themselves, the more these decisions become clear and clean and easy, right? So if we have people in charge of the environment in the Canadian government, let's say, and they're the ones making these decisions, everything would be so different. But also us as consumers, do we then buy the product that this factory is making? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Conscious consumers, like a conscious economy.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh, so loaded. So many things to touch on there.
I know. So, but by having a conscious community and a conscious consumer, we are going to start shifting where the money and the dollars go and the attention. And I think that's really the hard shift that we're trying to make, is that everyone is so magnetized by this money and making the dollar that they'll do anything. They'll almost, go against their will, or the environment, or all of these other things, because we've created maybe even a deficit in our country, or we're just not stable in our own grounding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of factors in there. There's the idea of the economy, which has its rules that then need to, trickle down certain things, but then there's also the individuals, right? Mm-hmm. What has society taught us? What things are important? What things are we living for? What things drive us? What is our motivation for life? And again, I think all of these things become clearer and cleaner when we can make that connection to ourselves. That's my one heart at a time idea, is when the veil between us and other is thinner, then gosh. That's when the poetry happens. That's when the connectedness happens. That's when empathy and compassion and there's no more denial. There's no more denying what all of our decisions are doing to each other, to the planet, to the animals, to the water systems. And I think that we've just spent our lives building these veils, these thick walls between us and all of these truths, that it makes it easy for us to live in this society, in this economy now. But I'm really hoping that we're moving in the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think we've built the walls and the veils there to protect ourselves and to sort of keep us safe, quote unquote, not to feel too much or think too much or go deep too much, because in those waters, it's very uncertain and it is vulnerable and it has been quoted powerless. But in fact, it's the opposite to be true. We've just been told a big lie, and that us staying separate or fighting against each other or winning wars or these types of things are just the total opposite of us actually evolving to the next level of consciousness that I believe we're all here to experience, right? It's just keeping us stuck and in power by being disempowered, you know what I mean? So this is like a huge wake up for all humanity to see how we can start to really work together and with our planet and with all the cosmos in creating something more magnificent than we've ever seen before.
Yes, I hope so. Or something that maybe we're returning to, something that humanity experienced, 100,000 years ago. I think before, and this is just my own personal theory and things that I've information that I've been given, is that we used to be like this. There were no veils. We used to be able to communicate with, animals and plants, and maybe not as a language, but energetically, I think we were nature, we were instinct, we were part of this whole, and there was an understanding, an understanding throughout the all, and everyone was plugged into it. And I think just over the millennia, we've unplugged, and I mean, I'm a science and math girl at heart, but I think this age of information and industrialization, I think it's just pulling us further away from the truths of the human possibility.
I agree. We've had Susie say here that we've been, people are wanting not to be inconvenienced. And so we choose to stay disconnected so for our own convenience, which is so true.
Yeah. Yeah. And that goes for, not buying recycled toilet paper, to not taking the time to grow your own garden. But also, I think vulnerability is inconvenient. Truth is inconvenient. Authenticity is inconvenient. Like it's not, but is that a problem?
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Thanks, Zeus.
Oh, so much stuff. Okay. So tell me how your workshops and, well, not only products, but what I want to talk about is your workshops and how you want to help people reconnect to their mother earth, and how they can start to see that connection within themselves when they're maybe doing a plant walk with you, or learning a bit about, the healing properties that we have inside our bodies as well as the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, good question. I want to try to help people reconnect to self. That is, I think, the very first step. And by self, I'm delineating between, mind and heart, or ego and self, or, the yin and the yang. So for me, the ego is important. Like, it has its function. It needs to organize and control certain things and plan. Unfortunately, it over-organizes, and it keeps us distracted from this part, from feeling the truths of life. So I would love to try to help guide or inform people as to how to sort of take the harness of the ego off and experience more time with self. And nature walks, I mean, I want to get people together and go for walks in the forest and take our shoes off and just connect, to the soil and the microbes and the mycelium underneath, and hug the trees, and just take time out of the life that we've created and reconnect. And I think reconnection to self also fosters curiosity and wonder and more joy and presence and simplicity. And for that, I mean, oh gosh, the benefits of that is just, it unfolds throughout your whole life. Yeah. So earthing, so workshops. I'd love for people to email me or connect with me somehow. And I'd love to get together for an hour or two and just play in the forest. And I love connecting with people too around plants and natural products. So people will come to me and have a specific need, and we'll go through different things that they've tried, and we'll find something that works. And people are really grateful for that. I mean, I think that's what's missing for most of us with our doctors or with Western medicine, is just to go and be heard and get something that actually works and helps without hurting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you, as I do in a challenge. I'm challenging you again, and I'm going to help you if you need. But we're going to put up an event on Facebook where you're going to meet at Stanley Park or whatever park you pick it, and people can show up. Maybe there's like a $10 donation, and you take them for a 2-hour walkabout through this beautiful experience. And then I think that's going to be gold.
Yeah, that sounds ideal. That's perfect.
I love it. Yeah. Done. It's happening. Okay. So we got to hurry up here. We're already at 15 minutes. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh. No, it's burning. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share just off the top of your head before we go into the giveaway and other things you've got cooking in the moment?
I was guided to share one thing, and I will be brief. And if anybody wants to explore it more or learn more, you can contact me. But I just wanted to put out there the idea that, and many old religions and cultures believe this, but our personal suffering, which also transcends to the global suffering, is because of the tensions and aversions that we create for ourselves by living in opposition to our truth. Was that clear?
Yes.
Little things. For example, our kids are running late in the morning for school, and all of a sudden there is an opposition to them being late. So tension is created, dissatisfaction with how fast they're moving or if their teeth are brushed. And then we create the suffering. There's like a time stress, and we start yelling, and like we make that. I've made that. I make that. Do you understand? So I guess what I just want to put out there is if we can stop and just reflect upon the suffering that we create and the aversions that we create to the actual flow of life, and understand that we have choices. We can choose to accept things the way they are, even if we don't know why in that moment. Sometimes that's a moment of awe or wonder that we can instill, but not for me, not being able to control as many things has forced me to kind of live that way more, and it's wonderful.
Very cool. That's a beautiful question to pose. How do we stop creating our own suffering? Because we create it all the time. I know I can't even really get on Ryan for doing anything because he's already getting on himself too much. That like I am just this overbearing like other person that's like giving it to him and making him suffer when he's already making himself suffer. And that breaks my heart, not because I can't say my 2 bits, but because I just know people berate themselves all day. And you know what? I said that about him, but I also do that to myself, right? Like all day, you know, I'll be like, well, I should have done this, or I should on myself all day. And I have to catch myself and be like, you're creating your suffering. So how is that helpful to the global consciousness, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So good.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me this platform, and all of us women who have something to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now we wanted to give away a couple comfrey bombs to our followers, listeners right now. So if you are here, say me, and the first 2 people to say me, Sandi will send you your own little personalized little comfrey bomb in the mail so that you can enjoy that at your leisure. And then Sandi, you have a workshop coming up in Granville Island, yes? And do you want to talk about your giveaway?
Oh yeah, this morning I posted a giveaway on Instagram. My account is @essentially_Sandi, all of that, and it's a nice big $110 gift package that I want to celebrate this time of year, and that will be picked at random. I'll pick someone after Easter, so that's Tuesday. Yeah. Nice. Easter's the one. I mean, Easter, you know, in this context, it actually came from, you know, the pagan celebrating spring. It's the drive, it's the force of the mother coming through, creating life. It's wonderful, and I'm so grateful for it, and it makes me so happy. Yeah.
Oh, so great. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to say too, anyone who's listening, and anyone who listens to this video between now and until the Monday of Easter weekend, when you order $20 worth of stuff, you'll get a free comfrey bomb, like a bigger one too.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So order $20. That's it. You get a big comfrey bomb?
Well, not a big, but there's the sample that I'm giving away, and then there's the regular, and then there's the monster. So just the medium, let's say.
Oh, that's so thoughtful. Wow. Okay. I'm going to get later in. We need, if anyone's out there listening to Sandi, she needs help creating a Shopify account or some kind of account to sell these products easily and just get the shipments in and then get them out. She's got to update her. Maybe you're watching this and she has updated it and it's awesome. But yes, we need to help Sandi along here with this business side of the piece of it, so that she can just do what she's brilliant at and walk people through these beautiful nature connecting to self walks and create her amazing tinctures and creams and all the great things she knows how to do so well. So there you go.
Gosh.
Put it out there. All right, we got Ren and Susie are both getting a comfrey bomb. Thank you, ladies, so much for watching. Thank you, Sandi, for being here. And I just love you, girl.
I love you.
I know. We just oh, there's no veil between us. It's just,
no.
Yeah.
I don't know that there ever was.
I know.
Thank you.
Anyway, please support her. She's near and dear to my heart. And thank you for tuning in, everybody. And if you have any thoughts on conscious consumerism or want to get involved in any way, reach out to Sandi, because this is her mission in life, is to help us connect back to our hearts and then in turn create a different world to live in. Yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of took your words. Do you want to
please? Yeah.
Please.
Yes, please.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.